set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw and old dog poop. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
Well done, Cornwall. Well done. I doubt a dozen soldiers could have done it better. Sokolov's knowledge will enable us to strike at the Lord Regent directly, and ultimately help you get your life back. Soon, we won't have to hide in the shadows. The royal physician is brilliant, but he was a fool to protect the Lord Regent. Sokolov gave us the elixir, the war machines. He could have made us a great nation. Now he pays the price for siding with a tyrant. You have my thanks, sir. If you wish to get some sleep, now is a good time.
Indeed, but first I'd like to wind down first and say goodnight to Emily. Among other things, it's a new bone charm.
Attention citizens, this evening the streets adjacent to Pendleton Manor will be closed for a private ceremony following the tragic loss of two of our city's best and brightest, the Lords Custer and Morgan Pendleton. All holdings and parliamentary votes now fall to Lord Trevor Pendleton, who asks for respect during this time of mourning.
But let's actually go talk to Emily. We got through rewire tool as well. Sewers are open apparently. Hunt around for any valuables I may have missed. There are a few, actually. There's the jellied eels. And I think that's the apricot tartlet.
Attention Dunwall
A little bit of
be aware that looting of evacuated areas is a serious
medicinal
offense.
herbs there.
Summarily punished by officers of the watch. Display your pride in Dunwall by respecting the property and rights of others.
Hemlock essence.
And preserve the timeless beauty of our fair city.
The hidden key to the abandoned apartment. Some medicinal herbs and powdered crystal. Howdy. I'll just read your stuff. He's returning with Anton Sokolov over his shoulder. Simply amazing. Not only can Corvo project lethal force, he can do an extraction that I didn't think possible. And soon the two greatest minds of the Empire will be here. Together. If I could get these rivals to cooperate, they could create weapons and tools of unimaginable power. If I could command the both of them. Well, I'll wait and measure their dispositions towards one another before following that line of thought.
We're getting closer to reaching our goal, but our position is becoming more dangerous. You don't house and feed a half-dozen people without leaving telltale traces. Riverboats pass day and night, and the looters are going to start gathering once they're sure the plague has burned the place out. I conclude, if our enemies are not dead by the month of wind, we will be. There's a sadness in Emily, but she's strong. Weathering the death of her mother just a half a year ago better than most grown men have done. Once we take Dunwall Tower, I'll see that her life is better. I've always thought that I'd command the Navy in her name. Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just take the title Lord Regent and do it properly.
It begins. Evlock, bravo, sir. The Lord Regent is furious about losing the most recent vote at Parliament. He was counting on the support of the Pendleton family and expected limited resistance. Just as you said, it would, losing the Pendleton voting bloc has really slowed him down. And since the Lord Regent's defense budget failed as well, he's getting desperate financially. It seems that most of the coin he's using to keep the City Watch going is coming from a close ally. We suspect it's a powerful noble woman, who is perhaps his mistress. I'll try to dig up more information. As we know, if the Watch doesn't get paid in coin and in elixir, their loyalty will start to crumble.
Don't worry. We won't start the interrogation without you. Give me a length of rope and a bucket of seawater. That's all I need to break a man. The royal physician has a subtle mind. He may attempt to trick us. He's only a natural philosopher. How tough could he be? Good work, Corvo. Get some rest and we'll take a crack at him tomorrow.
Where do I find a good meal around here? If you think prison food's bad, you should see what the Abbey serves its captives. I think the overseers make it themselves. I wonder what Piero thinks of our guest. I still wake up thinking I'm in the stocks. The nursemaid Callista is quite fetching, huh? Or maybe I've been in prison too long. I'll sleep like the dead tonight.
Lord Pendleton Memoirs, Chapter 41, in which I bed 2 of the Boyle women and only missed the 3rd by virtue of some inclement weather. It was the month of rain, and to counter the gloom, the Boyle lady
La-di-da, di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da,
Yeah. My desire is to get to that apartment.
Lady Emily Bowles was abducted
Hello.
some 6 months past. At the moment, anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved lady.
Thank you. Stuff scavenger. What does that do? Find ammo in greater amounts. Try how useful that'll be. More coin for me though. Sure, getting everything. Material cameo. Let's go talk to Piero. See what he has to say. Actually, I wonder if she says anything.
Corvo, can I tell you something?
Sure.
I have a secret retreat nearby that may come in handy if the city watch ever kicks in the doors. It's an abandoned apartment across the street from the bar. I don't think anyone else here knows about it, but I'm guessing I can trust you. The key is stashed under my bunk upstairs. If there's ever trouble, you can go there for safety. I know I will.
Sure thing, lady.
Yes, Mr. Corvo. I'll make sure your quarters are clean, sir.
Hey, Piero, my main man. Where are you at? Seriously, where are you?
Logic is flawed, anyone can see that. And not an original idea to be heard. His notes are a mess if he even keeps them. How he got this far is anyone's guess. He says what they want to hear. Friend of the rich. That's his method. Sokolov's true genius is pampering the aristocracy. Fools.
I'm working on a new arc pylon. It will perform absolutely stunning acts of destruction, I expect. Normally, I'm a natural philosopher, but today, consider me a humble craftsman here to serve.
Sure thing, man. Foot stealth, yes please. Also fill up my... Nice. That'll make it harder for me to fuck up entirely. Something further down. Let's go talk to Emily.
Please be as quiet as you can. It took forever for Emily to fall asleep. Poor dear. It's okay, Emily, I'm here. She seems happier when you're here. Though I know you have important things to do.
Out there in the city.
She still has bad dreams. Though it's understandable given all she's been through. Sometimes she calls out your name. Sometimes she cries for her mother.
There's hardly a need to work on table etiquette. She knows it all, even if she chooses not to employ it. She'd rather hold her spoon by the wrong end and pretend it's a sword. Then suddenly she changes and she's all manners, asking for a tea party. I tried to oblige her, but I have little to work with. No proper plate. Instead of a cloth napkin, I've only the bar rack. Ale mugs instead of teacups. I've asked for things befitting her, but they have their minds on other things. For now, Emily and I decided to make a pretender using paper and little things she's found here and there. On the floor, I suppose. Not right for a princess, but it'll have to do.
Please, please leave a candle for me. It gets dark in here and I can't see my mother. I just want a candle. Where is Corvo?
She sees more than she is telling. Young Lady Emily.
No! Mother, run! No! Corvo!
Poor Emily. Her childhood is lost. She has become a pawn in the games of men.
I don't like your eyes. Why are they so black? Stop looking at me.
She was bribed with sweet biscuits and ox milk, calmed with stories of magic and seafaring, all to keep her sane in a time of turmoil. She hides her fears. She seeks someone to trust. She clings to her childhood things, but they bring her only brief comfort. She sees more than she is telling.
Little Emily.
Young Lady Emily.
Someday soon an empress, but only an exhausted child at the moment.
She is Callista Kernow. She has learned to defend herself in this treacherous city.
Poor girl. She's been through so much. I hate to say it, but we're counting on you to make things better.
She and her uncle, the last of the Kernow family.
I'll stay right here, by her side all night.
She dreams of freedom, and the decks of whaling ships fast after the beasts of the sea. But alas, she is a woman. Such sadness. She is Callista Kernow. She has learned to defend herself in this treacherous city.
What has to say about our man, our boy?
They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars. Each and every night the black-eyed outsider visits upon Piero's dreams. He is Piero Joplin. Even now he visualizes the next invention. Astonishing. I wish you could see it too. Poor Piero. His elixirs have cured so much for so many, but they cannot cure his brain fevers. The youngest ever to pass through the Academy of Natural Sciences. Sokolov will never forgive him that. He has spied upon Callista as she bathes, more than once. Each and every night
Now that
the
we have
black-eyed
Sokolov as a
outsider
guest,
visits upon
ask him
Piero's
how he
dreams.
deluded the Academy into making him.
So much dust. It must blow down from the upper city. They let that Emily run wild. It's not how I do it, if you don't mind my saying. Restless hands do no good, they say.
She hides her hands. They are raw and scarred from the washing. The common woman, she fears the abbey and the plague. She is a seamstress in a shop frequented by the wealthy. There is nothing common about the work she does every day.
Attention Dunwall citizens.
All
Due to
she
the rise
wants
of
is
the
to lay herself down in the
you are
middle of
warned
Fowler
to stay
Street
out of uninhabited
and
buildings.
await death. The fabric of the city is made of stuff such as she. She starves so that her children can have bread. The common folk, simple-minded, selfish, but they can be kind.
Actually, first thing I can do is visit these guys.
There are few brave enough to laugh in the outsider's face, but Teague Martin is one. Do not be deceived by his talk of strictures. Martin's crimes weigh heavy on his spirit. He has been a soldier, a highway robber, and a man of faith. He wonders which is more powerful, the knife or the tongue. He always had his sights set on the Abbey's highest office. There are few brave enough to laugh in the
The royal
outsider's
physician's badly
face.
shaken up.
But
I'll have the servants see to his new quarters. Take a night's rest, and then you can help interrogate.
He has killed whales and men for profit.
Evacuated areas for
Pleasure.
serious offense.
That's enough for the day. Let's move on to the next.
Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your
Oh,
hands
how do you do, sir?
and of your heart.
I apologize for my state. I could use a long soak in the bath. So relaxing. What a treat that would be, You're a bold one, Master Corvo, snatching the royal physician like that. That poor man. I hope you won't be too rough with him.
Excuse me. Sure. Oh. Now we sleep. Get some rest while Sokolov is unconscious.
Corvo, wake up! You were making funny faces while you were sleeping. I decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here. Callista will come get me when she's done with her bath. Thanks, Corvo. It makes me feel better.
Pendleton's reward. Corvo, this matter with my brothers has not been pleasant at all, so I won't discuss it further. However, I really must thank you. I've heard that you found some other means of neutralizing them without taking their lives. Ingenious. Wherever they are, even if they're miserable, they're alive at least. So perhaps someday I will see them again. Emily's rendering of Corvo. Corvo, this is the drawing I made of you without your scary mask. Eh. Just got a little nest forming there. It's Lydia.
Well, Mr. Sokolov has certainly recovered. A good night's sleep has left him with an appetite.
More to say from you? Alright. Overseer
The High
Monk?
Overseer is supposed to be the most pious man in the Empire, living completely in alignment with the Seven Strictures and guiding the people in the religious faction towards spiritual health. Campbell was a farce. If not for all the blackmail material he accumulated, he'd have never been more than a lower-level initiate among overseers. The Admiral Lord Pendleton and I have already begun using some of what we've learned from Campbell's Black Book, Corvo. You've given us powerful leverage to get the overseers on our side. I can't thank you enough. I'll speak to you later. I've got to go through Campbell's journal again. It's incredible. A decade of secrets, betrayals, and observations. Now I understand how such a man rose to the top of the Abbey.
Say what you will, the royal physician knows his wines.
What will I say when Sokolov has passed at his funeral? Like this, perhaps. Sokolov Gone time. We were rivals at the academy, yes. He was jealous of my agile brain and youthful energies. But he's dead now. And what can I say about him? Sokolov did improve on some inventions. He did well for himself in his way. He had many admirers among the aristocracy.
Time to say hello to Sokolov.
I hope Sokolov will cooperate. I'd hope to have him paint my portrait again one day. Just me this time. It's not that I object to holding him hostage for a while, since he's been aiding the Lord Regent, but it's a shame. I always found him rather charming.
Anton Sokolov dined with us at the manor several years ago. He is both brilliant and disgusting. I doubt he has changed much.
Bringing in Sokolov was a stroke of genius. The Lord Regent's got the support of most of the noble families. Who knows what bullying he's done to bring them all in line. We need information to break his hold.
Royal Physician, I believe you and Corvo knew each other in former days. Unlike you, our friend Corvo knows what loyalty means.
Bah! I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
It's my belief that Corvo was innocent in the death of the Empress. And the former spy master, or the Lord Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying this city, the heart of the Empire.
You are mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond any scared.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry plague. I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress. The very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you. You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Curious strategy.
Of which I approve.
There's Piero.
The renovation of Caldwell's Bridge will be delayed indefinitely. Until then, citizens cross at their own risk.
Me. Nothing more to be found in here. Let's go see about Havelock Entry 4. Nope, no update just yet. And, Dr. Piero.
I know it looks... I was inventing a new kind of lock. The tumblers shaped like snowflakes. The truth is, there is no snowflake lock. I was just, looking through the lock. I couldn't bear it if she knew. I know you're a man of honor, and I also know that you can kill me at any time. And for both of these reasons, I apologize and beg for your discretion.
Respecting the property and rights of others in these trying times, and preserving...
The young lady Emily was trying to sneak into your quarters while you slept, sir. I don't think she meant any harm. First you joined us, then Overseer Martin, then Lady Emily, then Mr. Sokolov. More dishes and laundry for me. At least make me feel safer. At one time, we used to have colorful bedding. Someone bleached it all trying to kill plague germs. It's gotten so bad that I can barely walk anyway, even during the day. Those dogs from the City Watch are terrible. Just mean. No one here can sing. I think we could use some song here. Some music.
Okay.
Can't you see I'm about to bathe? I understand. It was an accident. We have such a hard time maintaining privacy in such a crowded house, don't we?
Water must be reported to the Watch.
Down. Over. Say hello.
It's well known that Sokolov is virtually addicted to a rare liquor called King Street Brandy. The taste is revolting, but I happen to have a bottle. However, I am reluctant to give it to you for Sokolov. It cost me quite a lot. It is very expensive stuff, a blend of rare Pendician spices and a drop of whale oil. Would you care to purchase it?
Ally, I'll take the brandy. It's only 50. Doesn't cost much. It's like, oh, this is really expensive stuff. It doesn't even cost.
I could use a drink.
A bottle of King Street for you.
King Street brandy? I didn't know any more existed. It is an extraordinary gift. I see I'm dealing with men of taste. I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I painted her to be sure, but I never saw her face or learned her first name. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait. But I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
He's right. You will be able to mingle with them once you're on the grounds. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent and take her out in whatever way you can devise. We're very close now. If you do this tonight, you'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
Oh yeah.
I swear I never saw her face. Although I can vouch that her hindquarters are the finest in the city. And perhaps the Empire itself.
Anton Sokolov. He knew me once, and did much to set me on my path.
I assume I will remain in this kennel for the duration of your little protest movement. I don't suppose you have anything to read. Wilmot's History of the Lesser Perversions, perhaps?
Yes, Sokolov's a foreigner, with the looks and manner of a Tivian swineherd. But he is also a great genius.
You're mistaken if you think I care a fig for the Lord Regent. The man's neurotic. He's the source of most of our trouble, I suspect.
Not all his knowledge was gleaned from academy books. Some is gained from the maidservants he beds.
You're a far more interesting person than I took you for, Corvo. One day we'll have quite a conversation.
What the aristocracy will pay for a portrait painted by Anton Sokolov. If only they knew how much you detest them.
I never believed you were the one to strike down the Empress, Corvo. She cared for you greatly. But I suspect you'll be the man to put the next Empress on the throne.
The city owes much to this great mind. Let him drink, and find company where he can. Anton Sokolov. He knew me once, and did much to set me on my path.
valuables. The rats are still there. Take a look at his book. Call of the Spheres, Volume 2. Oh, that's the... Orchada was elated for a boy of 16 on the eve of the Fugue Feast. Back in Bristol, I'll be named Royal Physician. Or you'll be burned for heresy, Third Prefect. All depends on what we find when we get there. The Master's voice was different, as if the air of the outer spheres added qualities normally absent: uncertainty, weakness, fear. I rested another glance at the monolithic structure in the distance. It was a wonder for Orchada. A puzzle for Overseer Bryn, and for me a towering monument to emptiness, a magnificent shrine to madness. Helping and Training Hounds. Excerpt from a Hound Trainer's Guide. From each litter, there's usually somewhere shy of 4 good pups, but we always drown the runt. Them that remain spend 3 or so months suckling from their mothers before we start 'em up with training. It's simple at first, returning sticks and sitting still in command, only pissing outside and the like, but by the 8th month we got 'em hunting for scented sack dolls hidden in a scrub forest, killing wild pigs on command, and taking a man in padded armor down by hanging onto his forearm. At the end of the first year, we graduate the ones that have learned and shoot the ones that haven't. The overseers take them after that, and we never see them again. Except once, walking down Clavering Boulevard, an overseer passed me, preaching about the litany of the White Cliff and the evils of witchery, and sure enough, his hound started whimpering and wagging its tail. That's how I knew it was one of mine, whelped up from a pup.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw? You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me.
Have you ever been in a sea battle?
Of course.
Did you ever see pirates? And did you sink any?
Of course. Dozens. Oh, yes. But that's not for young girls to hear about.
But I will be Empress, won't I? And then I'll have to sink lots of enemy ships myself. And that's what Empresses do mostly, isn't it?
Of course.
I knew it! I read that some pirate ships have witches aboard that can cause storms and make whales do what they want. Is that true?
Yes. Mostly. Maybe we should be quiet now.
Very well.
A masked ball. You happen to have the most clever mask of them all. Entering a hive of aristocrats, all who live to kiss the Lord Regent's backside. I'd rather swim with that.
Everything was so fancy at the Golden Cat, but in a different way than the palace was fancy. The old Madame Prudence said that all the ladies are princesses and the men come to admire them. My doll, Mrs. Pilson, was there the day my mother died. We both saw it.
It's nice. Oh, so we're rewired to it.
I bet Mrs. Pilson would have liked it there. I hope she's safe, wherever she is. If I ever see my doll again, I'm going to declare a holiday across the Empire.
The Boyle family is notorious in high society for their decadence and cruelty. I wish you well. Getting in and out of Boyle Manor won't be trivial. You could apply force or guile. Trust your gut in knowing which is the best approach. That thing with the brandy, simply brilliant.
With that, we are done with the interim stuff before we hit the Boyle estate. Shortly next time. Thank you for watching so far, and remember to like and subscribe. Comment if you have any thoughts.